Hey y'all, it is Brushy Bert, and I'm here on the Eastern Panhandle map on Far Out. Going still no bow, or technically actually going west here in the Panhandle, but a little chilly this morning, but heading over towards the Soft Choppy River area. And this section's 177 miles, and it goes past Blount's town and through the Appalachia forest, so it's going to be pretty exciting. Just kind of listening to the birds as I'm starting my morning hike here. Not too much to see here this morning yet, but hopefully I'll have some wildlife encounters or find an interesting species of plant or something like that, so we'll see. But yeah, let's get to it. Alright, this is the Bent Sapling Camp, and it's a good location. Even though it's just like a small campsite, it's a good location because it's close to water, and it does have some shade and stuff, especially if you're doing a summer sun walking trip. Then it's you get all this shade here, which is huge in the summer, but and they've kept it really clean this time, so it's pretty good. You know, little fire pit and a bench, and plenty of room to get just gobs of tents over here. But yeah, it's a good location, and you know, it's not so close into the town where you see like a lot of the locals using it, so all right, I'll move further down the road as we inch closer to Bradwell Bay, which will probably be tomorrow or the day after. Not 100%, didn't check, but this is the beautiful Soft Choppy River. They just have some awesome trees down here. I don't know if they do any canoe trips, but it looks like that would be an awesome one. Gonna miss my trail here, not paying attention. But yeah, it looks like a pretty awesome place to throw a canoe in there for sure. That is just one monstrous tree down there. Maybe 10 or 12 by maybe 10 foot. Whew. Pretty awesome. Some older growth. Just a lot of cool formations and just the root systems. I see an awesome looking bridge coming up. A couple of them are pretty nice too, I have to admit. This will be one of them. Yeah, that's a strong one there. Couldn't be that old. I don't really remember this one, but it might have been there. Alright, good morning. So, I slept at Martin campsite, which is on the other side of the South Choppy River. And it's like the last official campsite before Bradwell Bay. So that's why I like to stop there. Of course, all yesterday and last night and this morning, it's just been constant rain, so packs a little heavier from all the rain. So I just dumped out a little more of my water to kind of compensate for it, for the weight. And this morning I should have about five and a half, 6 miles, somewhere in there, to the east side of Bradwell Bay. First it goes up to a place called Jeep Track, which I think is like 2.5 miles. So that is on the trail next where I'm at. And then it kind of goes head north, and then it's kind of like an upside down V. and then back down, and then hopefully get some good swamp conditions, and just some good footage, really. Maybe look out and see some good wildlife this morning. One thing I've really seen this morning was last night the Boat Brothers came to Martin campsite. It's the hiker that was in front of me, Cottage, I think. I thought he was going to stay there, but he must have went on a little bit closer. So kind of having a little break here in the rain too. Luckily, it was a warmer night considering, you know. So, all right. I guess I am at Jeep Tracks in the Bradwell Bay, which is basically the peak. And now I'll start going south to find the turn. I thought it was right here. Maybe I did pass it. There was a turn here, but I didn't see a trail, which is sometimes it blends in. It must be right there. I just wasn't in the right angle. It don't look like it's been heavy traveling either. Yeah, when it's pretty nice weather, or when it gets some pretty nice weather, it looks cool. But whew. Yeah, that was a good warm up with some mud and some slop, and I should be getting closer though to maybe like 3 miles. And then I'll be to the Bradwell Bay area. Did see a couple whitetail. That's about it this morning. It's been raining most of the time, so still hear the thunder. Good spot to pass these flat areas too while the lightning's not right next to me. Okay, getting close, about a mile to the bay entrance. Good warm up here. I see a bridge down there. It does have a bridge. It's just about a foot under the water though. So, okay. Okay. Piece of cake. Here's the old boat. Till now, it's already getting pretty deep here. And it is flowing pretty good. Yeah, definitely down into the past the knees there now. I'm actually going to try to stay on this side a little bit. I think that's going to get a lot deeper in the middle. Have to actually use my I have to stop filming because it's going to get so deep right up here, so I'm going to have to move my phone too. There we go. I am making it. I know it could be colder, so no complaints there. That'll wake you up though. See, last night and the night before, it wasn't extremely cold out like it had been, so when the rain came in also it wasn't near as bad. But of course tonight it's going to drop down again, and unfortunately there's not a day to be able to dry everything out good, but we'll make do. Alright, cruising on the east side of Bradwell Bay. Of course, the view has gotten better every 10 minutes as we get deeper into it. It's beautiful out here though. Look at the size of that cottonmouth right there. He's not in a very good mood either. on, buddy. Okay, cruising along. So far, that was the only water moccasin I've seen over here. Kind of chilly, so they're probably just now starting to get out a little bit. The water's so cold. So they're probably trying to get out of the water. And normally if you go slow enough, they'll get out of your way. Every once in a while, one's in a spot where they just don't want to move though. So, of course, just went around that one. Beautiful snake though. Yeah, I got going quick one time, and one of them struck the pole. So I've got to remind myself not to get in too big of a hurry in some of these places because it's too risky. Always better though, anyways, to really get a good view, make some good memories. It's a pretty awesome swamp. Alright, starting to hear some thunder, so there might not be a lot of chance to film here for a little bit once the storm's coming through. Sometimes it looks like a good place to step, and it's just not. That would be one of them spots. All right, looking beautiful out here. Yeah, very cool area. To give you guys an idea how deep this water is. It is deep everywhere. I can only stand and film some of the places because it's just too deep. All right, I think I'm getting close to the end of Bradwell Bay West. Couple areas a little bit harder to navigate, a little challenging, but at least this is not all underwater with it in it. Well, just when you think you're almost at the end of it, apparently it has a little bit more to give. Sweet here, though. I do believe I've seen a sign, which must mean the end of Bradwell Bay. This must be the west trailhead. Yes, there it is. And I hear the boat brothers. Okay, actually stayed at Porter campsite, campground last night. Get everything dried real well. And I'm taking off from there. A few of these little water crossings. That's cold this morning. Whew. Well, the walkway there. Okay, survived water crossing. I'm starting to wonder. Yeah, I was walking and I got the camera in one hand, and there was a underwater that I couldn't see because the water's so dark. There was a wooden walkway, and I walked right up, hit both shins on it, And but survived. Nice and wet again, but it's gonna be a wet day probably anyways. Got a few water crossings. So, with all that rain we just had, most of the areas are pretty wet. Moving. Except for that thing, what it is. Can't tell what that is. Right over my knees right now. Right here. All right, gonna have to shut off, getting too deep. Okay, a little deeper than expected. I tried to go on each side, couldn't go there, tried to go through the middle, and it's like it was to my belly button in the water. The bottom of the pack starting to get was getting soaked. It is soaked now. So, and then when I felt farther past, I thought maybe if I could get past that one little spot, but it was, I couldn't even feel the bottom with the sticks. So, I don't know how everybody else got past here, or if they got past here before the water came up this high from all the rain, but so I will be figuring something out here. I guess I don't have no boat, so we'll let you know. All right, was able to maneuver around the deep water there. So I am traveling now deeper into the Apalachicola forest. No trash there. It is starting to warm up a little, so that's good news for me. Yeah, seen some bobcat tracks, and seen some coyote tracks, and seen one river otter. All right, Indian Creek Camp. All right, nice spot. No, it'll be dry. Not great for the summer. I remember this one, but it's in a good location though, right here. One bench. All right, still rolling good. It's all that rain we had. Some of these areas have just a little bit more water in it than normal, but we're still making progress. that's the trail for you. You never know. Every trail's different, so. Did see some bear tracks, the first bear tracks that I've seen for a while, maybe about a mile back. Maybe a medium-sized one. It's by itself. Yeah, this is what most of today's been. Not really deep except for a couple spots. Mostly it's like shin to a little above the knees. A couple bridges that they were underwater. You could still walk on them. But yeah, they're underwater at least a foot or so. Some spots like this, and there's some land, dry land, and then back in this, kind of on and off for a little while. Not bad though. It's gonna be a great day for squatching. Just seen a little bobcat pop across the trail. Wasn't quick enough to get the camera out. It's a really small one too. Wasn't quite a kitten, but more of the juvenile size. So there might be more. See some prints here as well. Looks like there's only one set. One set of coyote prints too. Villas Camp. will end my day. Couple benches. Mowed down, nice. Gotta say, I like it. Okay, another wet morning from the camp. Heading over to Camel Lake. I hear a radio actually. A lot of flooding still. All the boardwalks are like underwater, most of them. But they haven't been underwater long enough to get like algae on it, so they're slick or anything, but just there a little bit, but not bad. Yeah, right here at Camel Lake, and they got a shower, and some of the campsites actually have electric, but only a few of them. They do have a power in the bathroom. I don't think none of the hosts are here at the moment, so I'll continue moving on. Did get some water though. Yeah, the goal today, I'll try to get the closest to the road, and then after that, then that way when I wake up, it'll be the road walk starting. So, and then hopefully tomorrow I can get supplies. Beautiful park though. Pretty nice in this area. Nice and dry. So I won't be going to the hostel. So I guess she's out of town at the moment. So I will go into Bristol tomorrow. And then that's where I'll get supplies and stuff there. I think I got one more swamp today. And then after that, then I can get back to the road, I guess, tomorrow. I'll get to a spot where I'm going to camp tonight. Hopefully I can find a dry area over there. Okay, getting close to the road. With some of this water, it's like milk, you just can't see what's in there. this is the last one for this area. For the day, you know. You just never know when that next step is going to take you. Like hiking in chocolate milk. Definitely ain't hot chocolate. Alright, I'm in Bristol, Florida. And there's a Dollar General up here, so I'm gonna grab some supplies while I'm here, and then I'll move westward here. They got a Subway. They also got a Piggly Wiggly, a couple fuel stations. So. All right, I am on top of the Apalachicola River. You can almost smell the fish from here. Okay, going through Blountstown now. I stopped to get some rest, and over at the airport motel, taking off. But they have a couple things in town. You got a McDonald's and Burger King, some stuff like that, and there's even a Pizza Hut in town. They also have the Pioneer Village, so the Panhandle Pioneer Settlement, I guess it's called. But I won't be able to stop there this time. And I'm going to try to put a few miles today, because there's going to be a bigger storm tonight. And being to just got everything dried out again, so I'm going to start that process over. And so basically just cruising through here this morning. All right, I am now crossing through the Upper Chipola Wildlife Management Area. And then it's only a real break off of the road today as I head towards the Hillcrest Wilton's Hilton, the first hostel of the Florida Trail ever. And really great people too, really nice. Mr. Wilton himself, really nice man, and so is Pastor Forrest and wife. And it's always a joy going through and talking with them. Inside the Wilton's Hilton. Pastor Forrest and wife Becky have always welcomed us here a lot. It's really nice here. They do a lot for us. You got to also see Mr. Wilton the last time, but I believe he's sick this time. And but they have a bedroom there. Got a TV. There's another building in the back that actually has washer dryer and a restroom. There's some delicious cookies she made too. It was awesome. And yeah, about everything you can imagine. And so we got a hiker standing there. Here's where I'm staying tonight. And but they have a shower, a bathroom, a washer dryer, and they graciously invited us for dinner too tonight. So pretty awesome. This is a really good stop here. So, and I appreciate all of them, and all the other hikers do as well. So that's basically it. All right, I have arrived at Two Penny Bridge. Really nice campsite here. And you know, you're overlooking the water. There's a spot actually they made so you can get down there and dip some water. And of course you're in the enchanted forest, so you're gonna find a lot of gnomes. And they built some new benches here, so that's pretty awesome, I gotta say. Yeah, it's really close here. So also to the bridge itself. And then this here is going to be the Two Penny Bridge. I think a lot of the pennies are actually slid off these days, but there you have it. Now that I'm in the Ecofina area, so I'm gonna move down just a little bit farther, but I really hate to pass this really good campsite. So, but I'll take 5 here and let's see what I'm doing. All right, still traveling down the Ecofina River here. Looks like a lot of storm damage here too. I know this area has been hit with numerous hurricanes of major damage. Tell from the dead treetops too, and broke ones. We're still scooting on. Pretty nice new signs. Okay, still here in the Ecofina forest, our wildlife management area this morning. And most of the campsites that are here were all reserved, so had to move further. Down here hiking with Rookie. So we came down over to these power lines and found a spot before it got too dark. And today's just going to be a staging day to get as close as possible to the next road walk, and then that way tomorrow morning we'll be in good placement to do the next road, and then that way we have a full day to get over there. Don't want to end the day on a big road walk, so this way it'll be you know, have plenty of time and get that part knocked out. And there's like a one Chevron gas station over there too, so but it was a pretty good night, so slept good. Haven't really seen much wildlife as far as this area, but it looks like the people cleared the trails good, and we're ready to roll. All right, another good area there, just to not get on the edge. All right, still cruising right along, getting close to Rattlesnake Lake. Gonna take a little break down there. This is a nice area. Not camping there this time, but have before. It's nice because it's got an awning and everything, so great for the summer. Welcome to Rattlesnake Lake, which is a little bit windy and chilly today, but beautiful place. They do have a campground, or a campsite anyways, that has a commode, and yeah, look how clear that water is. So windy today, man, just a cold wind down here. We hadn't really seen none all morning, but man, it is whipping through here. It must be coming off of that prairie. But yeah, I'll probably hang out here just for a few, take a break, and then head back down to the staging camp for the road walk tomorrow. But yeah, nice place though. Haven't seen any rattlesnakes today, but I know I have in the past, and it's just probably a little too chilly for them to be out, I think, today, so probably won't see any, but never know. All right, beautiful view up here, and just cruising right down this trail, and a little bit uphill right in here, but still hiking with Rookie. And yeah, carriage is or cottage, I'm sorry, is took off a little bit farther though, so he's probably getting out of the whole area by now. Really don't have far to go, and then be getting the last water and getting to the camp early today. But just a beautiful sight here, outstanding. It is morning. We are rolling out this morning here from Rattlesnake Lake area, heading into our road walk, which is only about a couple miles from the trail. And nice and chilly this morning. We hadn't had such a cold morning that we've had lately, where it's like 36 degrees today. But now we're moving, so no, not too bad. Okay, sorry, they just kicked off again from the coldness, but that's how cold it is this morning. But okay, got a little bit of a road walk today, and so far so good on it. At least this one has a little bit of a shoulder to be able to walk on. A couple loud trucks though, kind of gets crazy after a while. There's a lot of logging trucks, but other than that though, everything's rolling pretty good. It's finally warming up, and gonna be a good day trekking. So All right, still on the road walk, heading towards Ebro area. Finally, I'm breaking the traffic a little bit so I can actually turn the camera on. But yep, just kind of moseying along here, so haven't really seen much. But yep, still making progress. Okay, after a few miles of road walk, back in the woods, and yeah, all the cold weather is actually making the GoPro shut off, but yeah, back in the woods, just kind of chilling for a minute and continue on. Can still hear the traffic though, but okay, I was just hiking and a huge branch up there fell. Big broken branches everywhere. I don't know which one, but I'm still rolling. I think I'm coming up to road again. Alright, maybe I shouldn't be filming while I climb down here. Alright, just left Leaning Pine campsite. Got a brand new water pump and everything there. Basically set up on all the soft pine. So it's a pretty cool campsite. A little bit of some heavier rains here this morning too, so yeah, I'm just getting rolling. A little bit later than what I usual, but not too bad. Sounds like I'm getting close to Eglin. Looks like 4 of them. Going back. Looks like a couple of them. Starting to see these really beautiful colored streams. And it's just like white sand and clear water. Location unknown. I just know I'm east of the Eglin Air Force Base. This makes me thirsty. This creek is making me thirsty. Really a beautiful stretch here. Good trekking up in here. Here's some birds. Yeah, this terrain here just seems to keep switching the way it is. like a different, a lot of diversity, I guess is what I'm saying. Yeah, I was in like a swamp area and then some hilly areas. Then it was like just pine needles. Now we're back to sand and smaller pines and bushes. All on the same day. Bird nest, nobody home. Maybe I should do a video of bird cribs. Probably the ospreys would win that one though. Or the bald eagles. Another beautiful water source. Lafayette Creek. Alright, looks good. Forgotten Creek campsite. All this nice pine needle to camp on. This will be a good spot to get ready for the cold temperatures tonight. Yeah, I got a couple benches, got 3 of them. Alright, looks awesome. Probably do without that holly tree, but that's okay. We'll make it work. Alright, it is morning. Getting really close to the Eglin Air Force Base. Should be there here in the north water management area, but it's really cold, so my camera's starting. Slide down in there. Steep Head campsite. A good spot too. That is just beautiful water right there. That's very inviting. But next section will be the west at Panhandle. So hopefully the camera will be working to do that one, but we'll see. Coming to a close on this section, and camera's acting up again, but the next section